What's up, everybody? You are back in here with the Pro Football Pod. You've got Hulk, you've got Coach. We're hanging out with you guys. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button. Every 500 subscribers, we're giving away a free jersey. TulsiRoseTee.com is the sponsor. Go there for all your tea needs, all those essentials. 7-round mock draft for you Carolina Panthers fans. Coach, this one hits home for you, living in the great state of North Carolina. We don't want riots outside of your building, right? Like, we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
People these days, they're crazy. They'll find you.
Luckily they're all still watching Duke in the tournament. So
Valid.
Cooper Flag's keeping everyone pretty tempered down for
Pretty
right now.
chill.
Yeah.
Pretty chill. Valid. Very valid. We like that. So, hey, Panthers fans, we appreciate you guys for being in here with us. If you're not a Panthers fan, we appreciate you for being in here with us. Let's go ahead and go over what they did this offseason real quick. They lost Jordan Fuller at safety, Xavier Woods at safety, Miles Sanders at running back, Shaq Thompson at linebacker, which that one was kind of hard for Panthers fans to see go just because he's been such a good player for him over the years.
Agreed.
They did bring in Tashawn Wharton at defensive tackle, Trevon Moehrig at safety, and Rico Dowdle at running back here. We were talking about it pre-show. This defense needs a lot of work. Bryce needs a little bit more help on the offensive side, but man, they've got to be able to stop some teams from scoring.
And Chuba Hubbard has been solid. The guy that they took last year in the second round,
Jonathan Brooks.
he was out with injury and then re-injured the same exact knee with another ACL. So with how many running backs there are, there's a good chance that maybe we see one that it's like maybe this is their guy, and we pick one for him later in the draft. There are just so many available, but offense really isn't our priority. They definitely need another receiver, but their defense just cannot give up this many points. You got to let Bryce Young have a chance to stay in games that he doesn't have to put up 35 every game for you to have chance of winning.
Yeah, like we can't have Bryce Young out here playing hero ball. So let's go ahead, dive into it. We've got 9 picks to work with, starting at pick number 8. And let's see what we can do here.
So it looks like
we're gonna let this go slow because we wanna see about a possible trade up scenario.
Sanders.
Ooh, Shadur.
Travis Hunter. All right, let's pause it right here. This
is tricky for me because I don't know if the Patriots, Jaguars, Raiders, or the Jets, either one of those teams take Abdul Carter.
I realize whenever it comes to needs,
Harold Landry Jr., the Jaguars have a lot more needs, and they still have Josh Hines-Allen. The Raiders have a lot more needs, and they still have Max Crosby and brought in Malcolm Kuntz this offseason. The Jets have way more needs, and their defense and their front seven is genuinely fine outside of defensive tackle. I think we might be able to wait on Abdul Carter falling to us at 8.
The big question we have to ask ourselves is, are we willing to take Mike Green at 8? If Abdul Carter gets taken right here at 4, is Mike Green still... And I love Mike Green's game. He's definitely a very different type of a player from Abdul Carter. And Abdul Carter is likely still going to be the better pass rusher, at least for the first 4 or 5 years of their career. But, I'm definitely okay with waiting. So I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I'm good with waiting because, like you just put it there as well, like, I'm good with waiting and getting Mike Green if need be.
All right, let's resume and see what the Patriots do. Abdul Carter gone.
Abdul Carter, of course they did.
Yeah,
of
Mason Graham.
course they did.
It's a talent that you can't really let go. I understand a lot of teams have them taking Tet McMillan.
Amon Nimbu.
I hate Tet McMillan for them. Now, this is a big issue, right? We've been talking about this on past videos. Who at this point is going to trade up for us to be able to trade back a couple of picks?
I know we need edge help.
Yes.
And I'm all about some Mike Green. However, they also have glaring needs at free safety and at linebacker. And with the
Okay.
pass rushing skill that he gives you, that makes Jahad Campbell for me very intriguing to where I almost like Jahad Campbell right here over Mike Green.
Now, right here at 8, not with a trade back
Mm-hmm.
opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Because
definitely like
again,
him better as a
trading back
prospect than Mike
here
Green.
is I don't know who somebody would be trading up for.
Yeah, I mean, Ted McMillan, Ashton Genty, Will Campbell being here is a bit interesting. Like Armand Membu being taken at pick 7
Okay,
leaves.
okay. The 49ers, let's do it this way. So we know the 49ers need a guard or a tackle. The Miami Dolphins also need a guard or a tackle.
Now Miami's
Let's
not
look.
offering to trade up right here. I mean, they're like not an interested team, but San
Okay.
Francisco they're showing is
Okay.
interested.
All right, so let's try to trade back here a little bit. Gain another pick here for us. Do that right there. All right, that's not going to be accepted. All right. Yeah, that right
And
there.
then let's throw in yeah, this random late round pick.
All right, let's do it. If it gets accepted, it gets accepted. All
All
right,
right.
so they come up, they take
Ashton Genty.
Aston Gianti.
That's fucking
Wow.
crazy.
Jahad Campbell just went.
And then Will Campbell
Will
went.
Campbell just went. All right, so now we're down to Mike Green. Like I said, Malachi Starks is interesting to me, but edge rusher is such like more of a premium position.
Exactly. We could get another free safety a little bit later. That's not going to be Malachi Starks, but we're not going to get another Mike Green. We're not.
Yeah, let's keep him close to home. You know, West Virginia's not that far away, so
and the big
I
issue for
feel good
me
about it.
is, dude, Clowney's awesome, and I'm so glad that they have him right now. But dude, he is so old. Like you're just not really. You don't have anybody. It once Clowney's not
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Like
that's the issue right there as well.
now, look at what
And
just happened
I
for us.
love that Demetrius Knight is still there for us in the
Yeah,
second. To me, this is one I don't even really have to look at who else is on the board for
agreed.
him because Darian Porter's not moving that needle for me. Xavier Restrepo's not doing it for me right here.
No,
Like nobody at
Shamar
the top of
Turner
the board.
maybe, but he's honestly not even close to the same type of prospect.
No, I'm taking Demetrius Knight here with next to zero hesitation.
Yeah.
Alfred Collins would have been intriguing, but we need help at linebacker,
Now we have
especially with
two
Shaq
back to back
Thompson.
here.
Back to back, we like that. Oh,
Yeah.
we like that.
So
All right.
let's look at corner mostly for the slot corner role. We need safety help. We did grab one linebacker, but we could probably grab another. Defensive interior is a big need as well. We've got Vernon Broughton. We've been pretty high on this guy.
Yeah, him and Alfred Collins are both just hole pluggers there.
Yeah.
I like Broughton.
Yeah, this guy's are a little bit slightly more athletic, slightly better build.
Yeah, and as you can see, he plays all up and down the line. So he's giving you versatility there. So I always like that.
And Tershawn Wharton is already he's a 6'1", 280 guy. So he's definitely got a little bit more plug than Tershawn Wharton does. But they're gonna have a pretty athletic line with both of these guys stuffing up their middle. Joshua Farmer, we haven't really looked at too much. I feel like I don't know. I don't like the fact that he's kind of like his best season was 2 years ago and he hasn't really
Yeah,
been
and
able to
Florida
replicate.
State hasn't had a good year. We need the defensive stopping. I'm looking at those three safeties paired right there, Winston, Ransom, and Mukuba. But where the value is for us, we're back to back. So I think go ahead and take Broughton because we
Okay.
know that's a need. And then, like right here, though, like with Josiah Stewart being at the top of the board, I wouldn't be against doubling up on edge.
I mean, when you look at the prospect, look at the season that he just had: 9 sacks,
Like
8 hits,
this is an
20
extra
hurries.
pick that we picked up from moving back. We moved back, still got Mike Green. And you're just getting two uber athletic edges coming in
And
here
they
when
need
you
pass
need
rush.
Like you need it desperately.
Yeah.
And so like Panthers fans may come in the comments and give it to us like, "Oh, you're taking two edges within the first 2-3 rounds." Like, yeah, go look at your team and tell me where your pass rush is coming from.
Now, wide receivers that'll be there, we're going to miss out on Isaiah Bond, who I really don't like for them. Savion Williams will be gone. Trey Harris will be gone. Trey Harris is interesting, though he's
Mm.
a little bit too much like Leggett. You know what I mean? They're both kind of
Mhm.
like that athletic person, that ability to kind of create
Jalen
on their own.
Noel. Jalen Noel wouldn't be bad in my opinion. Now, he is a lot kind of like Jalen Coker, who they just drafted last year and ended up having a very solid season.
Exactly.
So that's where, for me, it's not like they have so many other needs outside of wide receiver to where, like I said, doubling up on taking Josiah Stewart here. Um, you know, Jared Wilson, Austin Corbett, he's an unrestricted free agent next year. So getting insurance for him down the line. I just look at Josiah Stewart and him and Mike Green coming in,
He's the
and
best prospect on
immediately
the board.
I think it could end up being your two starting edges,
And with
and
how
Clowney
much
becomes your like
rotational guy.
rotational guy.
I like that. I think that it's such a huge need for them. I think that we
Mhm.
kind of have to go here at this
And with
point.
no safeties being high on the board here for us, no corners that are jumping out to where it's like, all right, let's snatch them up.
If we get
To me,
Josiah
just
Stewart
keep.
here, if half of the players that we just picked for them end up being starters by week 4 or 5, and this could be the youth rebound that they need for their defense to actually step
Mhm.
up and be a solid defense.
Like we just four solid pieces for your front seven moving forward. Like I don't know how you can really argue that too much.
Trey Harris went with the next pick. I know whenever we did our I was pretty
Ooh,
big
your
on Trey
guy.
Harris. I honestly was just looking at him. I mean, Sanders
No, see,
is. I know they drafted him last year in the first round, but he's not really the same type of a player. I think that Harold Fanning gives them a massive gadget player that can play in
hmm
multiple positions. I know that he plays as a tight end, but he could play in the receiver role. He could play slot with Leggett and Thielen being on the outside. He could play instead of Sanders on third downs and give them like another role in the passing game. I mean, at this point in the draft, I think that he's a bit of a steal. I know that there's other positions we want to look at. I want to look at like
we
safety,
pick again at what,
114. So we
114?
pick in 3 picks.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm cool with going ahead and taking Harold Fannin for the value and the chess piece that you get. And then
And
we
then
pick again in 3 picks. And if Jacob Parrish is still on the board,
we
I
take
I,
him.
I want to look at him.
Is Parrish more of a slot? Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's a,
and that's
a
that's
pure
what we
nickel.
need for
That's what
this
we need.
team.
So
That's
yeah,
what
let's
we
go
need.
Harold. Jacob went with the next one. I knew he would. Both of them were going to
I
go, though.
almost caught you to say we should go Jacob first and then hope that Harold's there.
Yeah.
That hurts my soul
Yeah,
because
because he
Gunnar
was
Helm
the
would have still been there. All right, Kobe Bryant's still here for us.
nice. Yeah, he's another.
Now 6'1", 175, but I feel like in the NFL he is going to translate more to playing in the slot because of his smaller build. Take a
Yep.
look at Mello Dotson for us as well.
Mello Dotson has a little
Yeah,
bit less time in the slot.
he's more of the outside, like, and that's the tough thing too, is like projecting these guys who played in the outside at college, but what are they going to translate to in the NFL? So let's take a look just while we got the corner board up. We know we kind of like Denzel Burke as far as a just overall prospect type of guy.
Yeah.
Pull up Zy Alexander for us.
I also threw safeties on there because we do still need to grab a free
Mm-hmm.
safety. A little
Yeah,
bit of
Zy
slot work. Um, good numbers. 6'2", so he's got a
6'2",
little bit of a height.
194. Yeah, he's more of the outside guy for you.
Yeah. Now Jonas Sanker is still here. Um,
Oh, I do like some Sanker. 6'1", 210.
looks like he would be a little
Plays
bit. He
a
kind of plays
little
everywhere,
versatile.
but
Yeah.
he's probably going to be more of your free safety type. Um,
Yeah, I think take Sanker right here. Then we don't have to rely on the Billy Bowman pick later. Take
nice.
Sanker. We'll see what corners on the board here for us later.
So at this point, we've totally changed up their defensive line. We've hit on every player that they could possibly need. We have added a little bit of
Little
playmaking
razzle
power.
dazzle.
They need some playmaking power on their offense. Like,
Hmm.
let's be real. We're not saying that their offense is so good that we don't need to touch it. We're just saying their defense is so bad that we need to focus it. I think adding Harold Fanning is the perfect type of piece for them. Um, at this point, what do you want to look at? Interior offensive line, we've got Luke Kandra. We've been talking about him a bunch. He's more
Yeah,
of a guard.
we do like some Kendra, Seth McLaughlin. Just because, like I said, we need some insurance for Austin Corbett coming up.
We could look at tackles because the tackles we
Both of
have
their
are going to be
tackles are
gone in a couple of
restricted free
years.
agents. Yeah.
So at this point,
Tackles.
we've got our
Pull
slot corner.
corner. Pull corner up. Did we take a corner that
No, we
last
didn't.
pick?
We
No, we
didn't.
took
We took
Sanker.
safety.
Yeah, so like a guy like Quincy Riley or Elijah Huzzy, they'll both be there for us in the next with our next
They
pick
will
here.
definitely.
So I'd say take Chase Lunt
Yeah, I was just looking at him.
because he's very, very solid for where we're getting him right now. And like we said, with both of your tackles being unrestricted free agents next year, you got to have a little insurance, a little bit of negotiating power.
One last thing I wanted to add was linebacker. I know we took one, but both of their linebackers are pretty abysmal. I guess Trevin Wallace was a rookie last year,
Mm-hmm.
so we should give him some time to develop. Yeah, Chase Lunt's definitely the best prospect on the board with what we're looking at. We pick again,
All
real
right.
quick
Yep.
turnaround, interior offensive, cornerback, Elijah Huzzy.
Him and Quincy Riley still might be there for us with our next pick.
Yeah, Quincy Riley's got a little bit
So
more
right
time
here,
in the
that's where I
slot.
would say let's snag Kandra.
Okay.
Just shore up that O line even more. Or Tyler Cooper down there. I know it's stretching and reaching on him a little bit, so we can wait on him if we want to. Because I like Tyler Cooper's game a lot.
Weren't we just looking at a center? Oh, Seth McLaughlin. I mean, his grades aren't all that great. He played for Ohio State, but center was kind of the position that I wanted to grab. I mean, we can grab that later too. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to grab too much offensive line though. Let's look at defensive interior as well.
Riley Mills, Notre Dame.
Still athletic, 6'5", 295. Got some age on him too. He's already developed a little bit as far as a
I like
player.
Simeon Barrow. Like, obviously, my Miami guy. But as far as, just your defensive tackle,
Yeah,
I love what Simeon Barrow brings to the game.
definitely athletic.
He gives you some pass rush from the interior as well.
So we've got two guys left. We were talking about Luke Kandra, but then we want to take one of these cornerbacks. So I think between Simeon Barrow and Luke Kandra, I'd rather probably grab Simeon Barrow and get another guy for that defensive line.
Yep.
Really help out their rotation. It's a really big year for defensive line in general, and we have already grabbed a little bit of offensive line. Um, in Chase Lunt, he's going to be decently versatile. He's an actual freaking mountain on the outside. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we take Simeon Barrow here, and then I like Quincy Riley more, just because
He
of
gives you more slot work.
yeah, he's had a lot more slot work.
He had a down year last year, but his 2023 was really good.
Yes,
So yeah, let's take Barrow right here. We'll see who we got with the next pick. And let's see. Huzzy and Riley are both there. So let's go ahead and take Riley. 2 more picks right here. And let's just go best player available. Kandra's still here.
Yep. I think
And then
we
I
take
kind
him.
of, if he's, yeah, none of the other, I was going to say if Kobe King was still there, give you another linebacker in that room.
Yeah, he won't be there. Honestly, maybe Kobe King instead. He's had two
Mm-hmm.
very great seasons back to
And
back.
we said it before we even started recording. Like, defense in this draft needs to be an absolute priority.
Yeah. I mean, look
So
at
yeah,
that run stop grade.
I'm good with taking Kobe King here, and because I
Him and
mean
Demetrius Knight.
taking Kandra does give you depth, but your guards aren't going anywhere
No.
anytime soon.
And I
So
mean, Robert
outside of
Hunt
needing
and
him,
Damian Lewis, they're both young and studs. Like, total
like it's
studs.
so outside of injuries, like Kandra's just chilling and you're developing him. So like I get that, but I want to try to get somebody that can come in now for you. Cody Simon's also a really good linebacker, solid player for you. So I
Versatile
mean,
player, too. Kind of played all over the defense.
yeah,
Um,
it's a minute till we pick again. So right here is kind of like where your preference lies.
yeah, I think we go Kobe King. Um, I really like the production he's put up in the last 2 seasons. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that he'll pair really well with Demetrius. Um, just like the build on this guy's a little bit more athletic. I mean, they're kind of the same build. Yeah, I think we go Kobe King.
Hold on.
Yeah,
No, I know what we need to do. Scroll up. Kyle Williams.
true.
We
We
haven't
did.
taken it. We haven't
Oh,
taken
yeah,
a
that's
wide
right.
receiver. Like I really, really like his game, especially where you're getting him here.
Yeah, it's a steal.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
and where
him.
you're getting him, he's coming in with low expectations and next to zero risk. And for the player that he could be for you, yeah, that's where I think we go. I think
Okay,
we've done enough on the defensive side. Let's go, Kyle Williams.
like it. I like that a lot.
And our guy Teddy Buchanan very well might be here for us at linebacker if we can find him.
He probably is. I don't know what the issue is, man. Like, does he have some off the field stuff? Because when you look at him as a prospect, like,
PFF hates him.
is that it? That's all it
Luke
is.
Latchy, Luke Lashy would have been here for
Yeah.
us.
I don't
Yeah,
see Buchanan.
I don't either. All right, so I do like Jamson or Jamin,
Yep.
Dumas Johnson. Had a down year last year, but really solid in 23 and 22. Like just in 7th round, he's your final pick. You're getting depth in that linebacker room, and so for
Which we know
me,
we need.
it's either him or Craig Woodson at safety or Malachi Moore.
Now we already did take
We
a
took a
safety.
safety, but they lost 2 safeties this offseason.
Let's see.
Now they did bring in Trevon Morig. To
Yep.
me, he's been a little underwhelming throughout his career. They also brought in Nick Scott, who has been very underwhelming. No shade, but just kind of is what it is. So I don't see why. Like I always do like when you have enough picks trying to double up on a position, because if one guy doesn't work out and one of them does, like you at least went 50-50 there. So like if Sanker doesn't work out, Malachi Moore might work out for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You like Malachi over Craig?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think Malachi gives you more versatility. Be that third safety for you in the nickel sets. How did we do, PFF?
They wanted Tet McMillan. Bullshit.
Of course they did.
They gave us an A minus.
For Kyle Williams,
First
Malachi
A minus.
Moore.
No, A minus.
Yeah. Hey, our first A minus. A.
Yep.
We like that.
We've been
Simeon
getting a lot of
Barrow,
B
they
pluses.
hated. Vernon Broughton, they hated. They liked the Harold Fannin Jr.,
Yep.
Josiah Stewart, Mike Green. Okay, yeah, we like it. Hey, Panthers fans, if you like it, if you don't like it, either way, tell us in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already and you've watched this whole episode. We appreciate it, but you need to hit the button so that way you can get future episodes for us. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. TulsiRoseTea.com is the sponsor. Peace out.